you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of... Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the build-up is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of all off-season. No matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all training camp, all summer, all spring to prepare for one opponent. Well, now that game is over and done with, and you get back to work on Monday, and you're going to play again in 6 days. The team that is able to turn the page to the next game week after week, those are the teams that handle the grind, the marathon, as you called it. And here we are in week 2.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
We have the luxury each week, Mike, of sitting down with these players and really getting a behind-the-scenes look at what makes them so good and what makes them tick. And, man, wouldn't it be nice to be able to bring the fan kind of behind the curtain and let them see for themselves what we see firsthand? And, man, it would only take a couple minutes for you to realize just what kind of leader this guy is. You would never know he threw 3 touchdowns last week. All he wanted to talk about was the costly interception and the couple plays he left out there. That's why they rally around him. The better he plays, the better the team plays. They need more consistent performances from him to get the rest of this team to do their part.
3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Jones motioning here. Here's a first carry for their running back, and they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll let this go towards the end zone.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
One thing that was pretty evident when we had a chance to talk to him, Mike, is this guy, he just wasn't satisfied with his individual performance. They came away with the win, and that was great. But one area that seems to continue to hold him back is that he's predetermining where he goes with the ball. Not only did it lead to the 2 interceptions, but it leads to some missed opportunities as the play unfolds. He could have had more touchdown output if he would have just gotten off that first read and found the open man. He got away with it last week. He doesn't want to make a habit of trying to get away with it every week. He needs to clean that up, especially if he wants to come away with a win here today.
And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd down, 3 to go. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. His drive will start on the ground. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Oh, he coughs up the football. The Lions have got it. Inside the 20. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. Ready to take over possession of the football. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Along the sideline, a nice catch, the feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A first down.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
He is in. Touchdown. It's his second touchdown of the year. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This is taken in at the goal line. And the kicking team right there, stopping him before he can get to the 15-yard line. Defense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line. So a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They send the tight end in motion. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Jones motioning here. Now faking the give. In trouble, and down he goes.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him. He really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
To return is Williams. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. Defense ready to take over once more. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now a give up the middle. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. And returns after this. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And that is incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning.
And their running back set to go once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. He'll try the right side this time. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play. When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. Back onto the field for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Up the middle they go. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Coming open is Pierce. It's on target. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then...
Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
The extra point is up and through. Move out to a 14-7 lead. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is a short kick, returnable from the 13. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Reds getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. And I fumbled the football.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tip.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now, the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now, these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
It's ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This pass right side taken in by Cooks. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. And this will be incomplete, but a penalty flag down on the play. And let's see who's guilty. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Back to the ground after the penalty. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. Following the penalty, they'll run it. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Third and long.
No gain on the play. It's now third down and long.
High throw, but it's reeled in. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. Returnable from the 17. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's 2nd and 9. Now he takes off. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. On comes the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This will be returnable from his own 15. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stick with him again. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Back to the sideline and intercepted.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. One of the tight ends in motion right. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I will be right back after this. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. He's going to air this one out. That is hard. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
They'll look to throw yet again. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. And the 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back to the air one more time. And he will fight his way to touchdown. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
The PAT, up and good. A 21-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. This is caught down that right sideline. And he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. Here's 1st and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. They'll put a receiver in motion right. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Here's Williams on the return. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in this 11-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has...
The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch.
All right, Coach, thank you. The snow continuing to fall as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. On the return, it's Williams. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air, and truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. Let's make their way out to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On second down, they run the counter. And he'll take this to the 35, and that'll move the chains. It's a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Look wide, get this one complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here comes. That is fielded at the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down, but a marker is on the field, and we need to check this call. From out of the gun, he'll throw. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to throw. That one complete to Pierce. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
On the toss, they'll run. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Now, faking the give. He'll get this one out to his fullback.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
He'll look to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. It is a big play. 31 yards.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things. A highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
To the ground, a 1st down run. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here, they got the lead. We're in the 2nd half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the 2nd half and close this game out?
Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
5 yards to go.
I'll give on the ground. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off. Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
The throw on the run is complete.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That one, taken in. Touchdown.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. It's about ready to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll send him over to the left. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Here's a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. And their quarterback set to take the field once more. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. It's ready to see what they can do. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now a run and maybe a reverse here, but no, he keeps it himself. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
And that's going to be incomplete. coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Throwing now from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently. They want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one. He's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
It's ready to get back to work. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming.
39-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Open man, left side, he's got it. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the... From the 35, it's 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff running right. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on third down.
It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. They're going to bring him down to 21, but they're also going to move the chains after that run. First down picked up on the ground.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll go with a run, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now this time they'll look to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, here's a handoff, and the 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Wow, a little change in play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up it.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Now, after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go. And he'll be taken down, but now a long way to go on 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day. I think apart from the wind, when you talk about kicking in the elements, Mike, I think the snow has to be the kicker's worst nightmare. It's just so hard to have the confidence that when you stick that plant foot, it's not going to give way. So give credit. That was really well done.
And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. It's ready to take over once again. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete, but there's a flag back in the backfield where the quarterback is. They may have got him after he released the ball. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Man open is Jones. He's got it. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
And that is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Slot receiver, headed right. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Now a give up the middle. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. That's a nice run, taking it up past the 30-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And this time, they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
It is 3rd and 10. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the team now. Taken at the 19. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
This one incomplete. The defense to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. Offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And it would appear they're on their way to a 2-0 start as they begin things here with 1st and 10 in this 4th quarter. A handoff here, up the middle. And he'll be taken down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
A run on 1st and goal. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
And he's going to be taken down. Could not get rid of the football, and they'll turn it over. Stopped on 4th and goal.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has 2 options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll send their tight end left. That's taken in.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the first down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle them short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Have to get this to the 20. Here's 3rd down. They'll stick with him again. The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 on 4th and inches. So it's a win here. They get the job done here at home, and they follow the opening weekend victory with another here to move to 2-0 on the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation on EA Sports. So long, everybody.